it's Amy from raisingarrows.net, and I wanted to share with you today about my price list and how I got started with using a price list, which actually has not been for very long now, and what I was doing, what I am doing now, and how it has been such a tremendous blessing in just the small amount of time I have been keeping a price list. Okay, so to start out with, I over the years had heard about price lists. I knew lots of people who did price lists. In fact, when my husband and I first got married, it looks like 1997, my mom bought me this book. And so 1997, I would have been pregnant with my first child. I would have been married about a year. And my mom bought me this, to kind of just help me be a good wife and mother, a good steward of what the Lord had provided for us. We also were in college at the time, so we didn't have a lot of money. Interestingly enough, if any of you have heard of Crystal Paine from Money Saving Mom, this is the same book that got her started with her blog and keeping a price list and shopping with coupons and things like that. So I read the book. And I implemented a lot of things in the book way back then, but I never did a price list. I think maybe I tried for a really short time, but I just didn't. Basically, what I ended up doing when we were younger was I had a budget, and usually we did cash, and we would go to the store. I had envelopes, and I would go to the store, and when I had calculated up, what we had spent, that was it. Couldn't buy any more, and that was what we had for the week. And that was what I did for many years. And then eventually I kind of knew in my head, and I still know in my head about what it should cost. But I wasn't paying attention to the prices. And that's something with the inflation that has happened here recently. I realized that I needed to have a better grasp on just how much things were costing. And the thing that really kickstarted me on this was, I cannot remember her name, but she's from the Appalachian Homestead, I believe is the name of it, the YouTube channel here. And she was talking about how a marinara sauce that she likes at Aldi had gone up in price. And I didn't use that particular marinara sauce, but I used another one that is there at Aldi. And I thought, I wonder if my marinara sauce has gone up in price. And I wonder if something else, because that seemed kind of random that went up in price. And then she was talking about maple syrup had gone up in price. And, she was talking 10 cents here or there, but I thought that's fascinating, because if it's going up in her neck of the woods, well, surely it's going up in my neck of the woods. So maybe I should be paying attention to see how much things are going up so that I can make a better informed decision about when to buy, what to buy. Well, it had an overarching consequence of me doing this that you will see later on in this video, when I actually went shopping at a couple of different stores and was able to reference my price list and realize that things that we would have purchased because they were on sale and I couldn't quite remember what they were at Aldi, I would have gone ahead and purchased those things because I would have thought that it was a good deal. But with the price list, I was able to check it, pull out my calculator on my phone, check for sure, and come to find out it wasn't a good deal. But we'll talk more about that here in a second. So I decided to go back and look at this book again because, times are changing, and maybe I needed to refresh my memory on budgeting and kind of tightening the reins on things, something that I really haven't done in a while. I go to the store, I pretty much know what everything costs roundabout. Obviously, I'm going to find out that I don't know as well as I thought I did, but I'm happy when I have the price tag of everything under a certain amount, and I'm a little stressed when it's over a certain amount, but I'm not going in there with an envelope of cash anymore. And I'm not going in there with a set, strict budget anymore. But I may need to start doing that again, probably will. And actually, we've already saved money just by having this price list. So what I started with, which I would not recommend, I started with just like a notebook. I just had a regular old notebook. It actually wasn't that notebook. It was a more like a legal size notepad. And I wrote down the store that I had gone to, and then I went through my receipts and I wrote down things that we definitely shopped for all the time. There's a definite running list that we have. We shop from kind of a bulk food list. If you've listened to my podcast on the things that we buy in bulk, I talk a little bit in there about that. And every now and then, just within a lot of my posts and my podcast, I talk about this big master grocery list that I have. In fact, you can actually get a copy of what we have as a master grocery list. At least it was current several months back. And you can kind of see and start working on your own master grocery list based on the things that we have. But my idea behind having a master grocery list is that I buy these certain things and I know that we can make just about any meal that my family likes from the things that I purchased on that grocery list. With fresh fruits and vegetables, I usually buy in season as best that I can. Used to be, I was shopping from cookbooks and Pinterest, and I was looking at these recipes that I had printed off and then buying these random ingredients, which is not much of a money savings, by the way, because if you're buying something that is completely out of season, you are going to pay more. You're going to pay more for strawberries when it's not summer. You're going to pay more for all these different fruits and vegetables, particularly if you're wanting fresh. You're going to pay more in the off season. And when you are shopping from recipes and from Pinterest and from cookbooks, you are not shopping with peak season in mind, and it's going to end up costing you more. So what I wanted to do was create this master grocery list, and then a list of meals that would go with it, so that I could go shop any season. I could buy what was in season for fruits and vegetables, and we would save money that way because I could come home and make just about anything from the list that I had. So that was what we were transitioning to already this summer. And then come about September, I started feeling this niggling that we needed to go ahead and stock up more food than what we usually have on hand. That has been a blessing as well because I can shop my shelves. I don't have to go to the store as much because I already have a decent stockpile of food. But this price list has been a game changer, to bring it all the way back to that again. It's been a game changer because I wasn't paying attention to the prices. I wasn't paying attention to when things were going on sale. And I was watching She's in Her Apron, and she was talking about here on YouTube, and she was talking about how, baking stuff is on sale during the holidays. Folks, I am a total noob here. I was like, really? I guess I thought Aldi prices were the same all the time. Well, guess what? They're not. Butter right now is 90 cents cheaper than it is any other day of the year. And so you can only get 6 pounds at a time, but I can go in one week and go in a couple of days later and get me 6 more pounds we go through a lot of butter throughout the year. And so if I can get it for 90 cents cheaper for each pound, I'm saving a tremendous amount overall if I can get, enough to kind of stockpile a little bit. And now that I am aware of that, I can pay attention to those things. I have that price list. So what I was getting at here was that I did start with like a legal pad, and I was writing down the stores and what I was buying, the things that were the things that we usually bought. And then I was writing the date and the price of each of those. And then when I would go to the store the next week, I would write the date and I would look back through at the things that we had purchased, and I would check my legal pad, going through page after page, looking for these things that I had purchased, putting an asterisk beside it if the price had changed, whether it went up or down, marking that as to how much it had gone up and what the date was, or how much it had gone down, because things did go down. They went down because they were on sale. Again, didn't realize that powdered sugar, brown sugar, butter, things like that actually do go down during the holidays. I was not paying any attention. It went down 10, 20 cents. Like one week it would be down 10 cents and the next week it would be down another 10 cents. And then it would go up 20 the week after, like Thanksgiving. The week after Thanksgiving, it all, like the powdered sugar and brown sugar, all went back up. Well, now it's probably going to go back down again. So I need to make sure that I'm stocking up, but I wasn't paying that close of attention. And so you guys can all laugh at me. That's great. But I am 44 years old. Yes, you heard it here. I am 44 years old, and I have just now figured out that baking supplies do go down in price at Christmas, and I actually should stock up. So anyway, however, it is not realistic to take a big old notebook to the store with you and try to thumb through it and figure out whether a price is good or not, especially if you are intent on not buying something if the price is higher than what you would like to buy it at. So what I ended up doing was transferring all of that into Google Sheets, into a spreadsheet. And the reason I put it in Google was because it is available then in an app on my phone. It's available on my computer. I use Google Keep for my grocery list, so I'm already using something that's in my Google Drive to be able to keep my grocery list. But I have the Sheets app, and that way I can search in the store while I'm standing there checking the price. I can search it and I can pull it up in my app, in the Google Sheets app, and I can immediately see what the price is. And then I can check that against what I have, what I'm looking at in the supermarket or wherever I am. So recently, what happened was my husband called me up and he said, hey, this local store is having a chili sale. So all the chili fixins are going to be on sale. My husband loves chili, and he wanted to go see if any of these things that were on sale were a good enough price. Now we already had a case of chili beans. We already had a case of black beans. We had a case of garbanzo beans. We had cases of diced tomatoes and all kinds of things. We have the chili fixins already stockpiled because it is something that we do eat. We eat that, and we eat taco soup. And my taco soup recipe, I will link in the description. It's on the blog, and it's really yummy. It's kind of like chili, only it has garbanzo beans and corn in it, which we do put garbanzo beans in our chili a lot anyway. But I had all the chili fixins, but if you can get a good deal on more chili fixins, why not? So we go to the store together one night. You know, that's our date night. So we go to the store and look at chili fixins. They had everything on sale, from beans to pre-made chili in a can to cheese and crackers, and basically anything you would want to have with chili, in chili, it was on sale. So we're looking through these different aisles because they didn't put it all together. So we're looking through these different aisles, and right away I know that the beans are way more than they are at Aldi, even on sale. But I get to the section that has broth, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I don't remember how much the broth is. Okay, so it says it's on sale. It seems like it's a good deal. But in the past, I wouldn't have had a price list, and I would have probably just gone ahead and stocked up at that store at whatever price it was. However, because I had a price list on my phone and I could get into the Google Sheets app and I could see exactly how much I had paid just the other day at Aldi for broth, I knew then that that was actually way more expensive. And there were some other things like oyster crackers and I don't know, there were just several things that we looked and looked and looked throughout that store at these deals that were going on. None of them were better than Aldi. And the only reason I knew that was because I had a price list at my fingertips where I could check it, because I can't keep all that information up in my head. I just can't. There are a few things at Aldi that I can tell you, I can rattle off exactly how much they cost, and I would recognize it when I got to the store and realize whether they were up or down. But not very many of those are actually in my head. I have way too many other things to keep in my head, to keep price lists in my head. So having that on an app where I can see it has helped so much. So I didn't buy a thing at that store. None of that stuff was really on sale compared to what I can get it at Aldi. So the next story I have for you though, and this is the video that I'm going to show you here just real shortly. We went to our local Kroger store, and they were having a cheese sale. I mean, like all the cheese was on sale. And I thought, there's no way that this cheese is a better price than Aldi. There's no way. I've never seen a better price on cheese than what Aldi has. But I pulled out my handy dandy little app, my little price list, and I did the little search. It's search and replace on the app. In the on the desktop or laptop, you can just, search that way really simply, but on the app you have to push the search and replace. And then you can search for it even if you're not going to replace anything. So that's how you get to it there. So I clicked search and replace and I looked up cheese and I went through all the different cheese that I had listed there. And sure enough, every single kind of cheese that Kroger had was better than Aldi. So I bought big old bags of shredded cheese. I bought blocks of cheese because we're actually going to stop buying cheese slices. I'm not quite to the point where I'm going to stop buying shredded cheese, but I'm close. We do have a Salad Master shredder that I can just real quickly shred up cheese. I also have a cheese shredder on my Bosch, so it wouldn't be hard. I would like your input though. If you shred your own cheese and you shred it a lot at one time, what are you doing to keep it from sticking together? Or are you just letting it be stuck together? I'm just curious what you guys are doing, because that's one thing that has kept me from doing it myself, is that I don't want to shred cheese every single time somebody wants shredded cheese. Right now, the slicing the cheese every time somebody wants a cheese slice is not quite as cumbersome, because I can, do several at a time and it's no big deal, but shredding it does not sound as much fun to me. So that's what's holding me back there. But block cheese at Aldi and block cheese at my Kroger store were definitely cheaper than the shredded cheese, the pre-shredded cheese. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that little mini grocery haul that I got from our Kroger store. And you can see some of the cheese deals that I got. I also got a meat deal there that, again, it was good for me to know what my prices were. I was able to check them and see. So having this price list has been fantastic, phenomenal. It does take a little bit of work, but in my mind, the little bit of work that it takes, especially now that I got it set up, I would encourage you to set it up properly the first time. It's not as difficult now. I run through my my receipt at the store and I add in anything that has changed, and I can see then how much things have gone up. Now, real quickly, before I show you that Kroger haul, I want to tell you some of the things that have gone up in price that we buy regularly or fairly regularly. I have been keeping this price list now since October 11th, and looks like pineapple slices have gone up 10 cents. Kitchen trash bags are up 30 cents. Whole milk is up 40 cents. I'd be curious to hear how much your milk is right now. Our whole milk is sitting at $2.98. That was the last time I was there and bought whole milk. Chocolate chips are up 10 cents. Bacon bits are up 4 cents. Looks like sausage went down, like the 1 pound bulk sausage went down. And baby wipes are up 14 cents. Sausage links are up 16 cents. Ramen noodles, which I only buy to stock up, but the kids like them and I let them have them occasionally. They are up 11 cents. The pasta sauce that I was so interested in to see how much it had changed, I had not taken stock previously of what the price was, so I don't know. I imagine it has gone up even more than this, but since I've been keeping track, it has gone up 10 cents. Milk chocolate chips have gone up 10 cents. The 2% milk has gone up. Salsa's up 20 cents. And let's see here. Canned chicken's up 14 cents. And our eggs did go down. Eggs currently here are, let's see, $1.17 or so for a dozen eggs at Aldi. We have not had to buy eggs in a while though, because we have a friend who has given us some of her farm fresh eggs. So those are some of the things, just to give you an idea of some of the things that have gone up. As far as meat goes, we don't buy a lot of outright meat. My husband hunts, and we also buy portions of sides of beef, and we've had some friends who have given us some because they needed to clear out a freezer. So we're often ending up with like elk meat and bear meat and beef that somebody wants to clear out, or venison or something like that. We also have a lot of pheasant in the freezer right now, and we still have fish from this summer in the freezer. So we're not buying a lot of meat. I do sometimes buy stew meat, and I sometimes buy a roast because we do have a stew that we like to have when we have company over, and then we have Granny's electric skillet roast that we love very, very much. So we occasionally have that as well. So I'm sometimes buying those if I'm not getting those with the side of beef that we order. So that kind of helps you see that. I do buy sausage, I do buy bacon at Aldi, but other meats, a lot of times I'm not getting those. I am able to get chicken right now from Aldi. I think it's like $1.99 a pound. And I am buying chicken, fresh chicken, to put away. The fresh chicken is actually cheaper right now than the pre-frozen chicken that comes in the bags in the freezer section of Aldi. So I've been buying the fresh chicken and putting it in the freezer. Okay, now on to that Kroger grocery haul that I promised you. It's just a little short one, but you can kind of see what I got and the prices that I got it for. And we will see you next time here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and stay tuned for more large family homemaking and homeschooling fun. There's a bottom roast and a top roast. They were both buy one, get one free, as you can see from the sticker there. I think we figured up, it ended up making it about $3.75 a pound, which is a really great price for roast. We make Granny's pot roast with that. I will link that recipe in the description for you because it's really, really tasty. It's a pot roast that's made in an electric skillet or just a regular skillet. And then we've got these big, huge bags of shredded cheese. And these are 32 ounces. And when I checked my price list on my Google spreadsheet, I realized that it was a better price than Aldi. And so I went ahead and got 4 of those. I got 2 of the Mexican style blend, and then I got 2 of these mild cheddar. So these ended up being $5.99 for the 2-pound bag, which was a better deal than what our Aldi has right now. And then cheese must have been the thing on sale this week, because I ended up finding these blocks of cheese for a really good deal. They were $3.49 per block. They're 2-pound blocks. So I got 2 Munster, 2 Pepper Jack, and 2 Colby Jack. And I've stopped buying deli cheese, like this pre-sliced cheeses. And I have started just buying the block cheese and then having the kids slice off what they need for their sandwiches. It's just a whole lot cheaper to do it that way. And we also often have charcuterie, like on our weekends, or if I need a quick meal, we'll just cut up some meat and cheese and some pickles, and that will be our supper. So these will be used for that and for sliced cheese on sandwiches. And then my husband also bought me some flowers there. They have really great flowers and they're very unique a lot of times. So we ended up getting kind of a snow themed set of flowers, and really cool. So anyway, this was our Kroger deal.